It's safe to say that the two best Pokemon and champions right now are Mega Charizard Y and Mega Floette. This is thanks to their amazing stats, abilities, move pool, and strong teammate options. But what if I told you that there was a Mega who also had a great move pool, great stat spread, and a decent ability? Folks, I introduce you to the Crab. This is Mega Crabominable. He is an ice fighting type Pokemon, and he is, in my opinion, one of the most underrated Pokemon in the meta. While defensively, ice is objectively the worst type, and fighting is not the greatest either, but on the contrary, both these types are amazing offensively. Fighting hits rock, dark, steel, ice, and normal for super effective, and ice can hit flying, dragon, grass, and ground, and there's no single type in the game that resists both types. With this in mind, let's take a look at Crabominable's stats. Crabominable has an absolutely massive attack stat of 157, higher than the likes of Garchomp, Basculegion, Kingambit, and Sneasler, some of the most formidable physical attackers in the meta. Before he megas, he has access to the ability Hyper Cutter, which prevents his attack stat from being lowered. He also has very solid bulk, especially given his bad typing, meaning he will reliably survive most super effective hits at least once. Finally, he has a speed stat of 33. While still being outsped by Torkoal and Mega Camerupt, both of which are not very common in the meta, he is most likely going to go first in Trick Room regardless. This, combined with his access to Ice Hammer, which lowers his speed, makes him one of the scariest Trick Room sweepers in the game. Next, let's talk about his move pool. Close Combat is going to be his strongest stab option, with 120 base power and 100% accuracy. Drain Punch is also a good option, as well as Mach Punch for fast priority. Without Choppleberry, Mach Punch nearly takes out a full HP Kingambit and Tyranitar, which for a 40 base power move is insane. For Ice-type moves, his two best options are Ice Punch, which is decent but lacking at 75 base power, 100% accuracy, and a 10% chance to freeze. More importantly is Ice Hammer, which is 100 base power, 90% accurate, and lowers speed by one stage. This benefits him a lot more in Trick Room, but you do have to deal with accuracy. Ice Spinner may come into play once Rillaboom and Indeedee are back, but for now, I would say Ice Hammer is his best option. Now, for coverage moves, he gets Thunder Punch to hit Basculegion, Rock Slide to hit Charizard, Gunk Shot for Floette, Wide Guard for spread moves, Iron Head for Sylveon, Knockoff for utility, and Zed Headbutt for Sneasler. He suffers a lot from 4 move slot syndrome, since he gets so many amazing coverage moves. Now, what I've been dreading most, his ability. As I stated previously, he gets Hyper Cutter, or Anger Point if you're a freak, before he megas, but once he does, he gets Iron Fist. Now, Iron Fist isn't a bad ability, it's just underwhelming. It boosts the power of all punching moves by 20%. A power boost to Mach Punch, Drain Punch, Ice Hammer is a punching move, but not Close Combat? Close Combat? Wow. Despite this, Iron Fist is still beneficial and helps him pick up kills otherwise he would miss out on. Next, I'm going to discuss his best teammates for his worst matchups. The majority of these require Trick Room to be in effect, otherwise, he's probably going to die. Regardless of bulk, Crab threatens a one-hit KO on Garchomp with any ice move, whereas Garchomp can't really threaten him back too much. He also threatens a one-hit KO on Tyranitar with Drain Punch, Close Combat, and Mach Punch. If Tyranitar's spread is pure offense, then Mach Punch will get a one-hit KO. Crab can also threaten a one-hit KO onto Kingambit with Drain Punch and Close Combat and deal massive damage with Mach Punch. However, he needs to worry about getting hit with an Iron Head in retaliation, as if Trick Room isn't up, he could get flinched. Ice Hammer threatens a one-hit KO onto Sinistra, while Sinistra doesn't really retaliate too much, although a burn from Machagacha can be dreadful. And finally, Incineroar. He can threaten a one-hit KO onto Incin with Drain Punch, Close Combat as stated, but a Flare Blitz in retaliation could hurt. Now, let's talk about some of his even matchups.
Crab goes even with Archelodon, threatening a guaranteed one-hit KO on him with CC if there's no stamina boosts, but Arch can hit him back with Flash Cannon. Finally, he goes even with Megastaraptor, threatening an Oko with Ice Hammer, but is in danger of a CC from the Raptor in retaliation.
Now, onto his worst matchups. He deals solid damage to Mega Floette with Ice Hammer, but gets annihilated in return by any Fairy-type move. He can threaten an Oko onto Zard with Ice Hammer, but will also die in one hit to any attack from Zard. Basculegion can also be a tough time, as his typing is difficult, and Sneasler can also be hard to remove if it's the fabled bulky Sneasler. Sylveon and Pelipper are also difficult, but with bad matchups come good teammates. Let's talk about it. Obviously, we're going to need Trick Room up, so we need to pair him with a bulky setter. You could do Farigiraf, or you could do my personal pick, Cofagrigus. This is because Cofagrigus has access to the move Willow Miss, which burns physical attackers, cutting their damage output in half. This can threaten Sneasler, Swampert, Basculegion, who are some of Crab's toughest matchups. Offensively, he pairs well with King Gambit, as his Dark and Steel typing can hit both Ghost and Fairy types back respectively. Against Zard, a flip-turning Basculegion never hurts. However, in terms of an offensive Water type in Trick Room, Araquanid is the key. He does great in Zard, thanks to his access to Wide Guard, insane ability in Water Bubble, and Stab Liquidation. Zard can have 10,000 points of defense, and Super Sun can be up. He's not surviving a double up from Araquanid and Crab.
Alright, I haven't done a face cam in a while, so this is weird. So, I'm going to walk you guys through the Crab team. I guess that's what I'll call it. So, let's start off with the man himself, Mega Crabominable. I actually prefer the regular over the shiny. So, yeah, we start with Hyper Cutter, just to avoid those Intimidate drops before he Megas. We should have close combat just for raw power. I mean, Drain Punch does work, and because the defense drops is counterintuitive to how he's built, but it is what it is. I run Ice Punch because I don't like missing moves. We got Mach Punch for priority, and obviously protects, but like I said in the video, he has a bunch of coverage moves. Liquidation, that's interesting. You can even go the Iron Defense Body Press route, but it's not boosted by Iron Fist. And then EVs, obviously we go Min Speed, Up Attack. I just do basic EVs. I'm not like, I don't know if you can tell or not, I'm not like a pro player. I'm just consider myself I wouldn't say I'm a casual, but I'm not like a pro by any means. So I just do max attack, max HP. And then we have Gambit. This is my Gambit. I run Focus Sash, because obviously people run Choppel, but he's gonna die in one hit to Heat Wave too. So might as well guarantee he survives and doesn't have to worry about Unnerve. I run Throat Chop just because obviously this is a Trick Room team, and if Cofagrigus gets roared out, it means no Trick Room, and since it's only 5 less base power, I prefer the utility over the 5 damage. So we got max attack, 25 HP with some special defense investment. I guess since he's Sash, it doesn't really matter. But so once Room is up, if he's up against, if it's Crab Gambit against, Basculegion, he can just kill him with Throat Chop. Or if Room is over, he has Sucker Punch as another way, because Crab really struggles against the Basque. Or if Trick Room is up and Zard is on the field, obviously barring that it doesn't protect, an Ice Punch, Throat Chop, double up should kill him. Should kill Zard. He's not super physically bulky. And then my main setter is, of course, Cofagrigus. As I said in the video, I think he's more based than Farigiraf. I think being able to burn folks is obviously very good, especially in conjunction with Hex. Very bulky Trick Room setter. He has Haze just for Mega Staraptor shenanigans. Same with Melodic, setting up Coil. Archelodon too. So this one's trained to survive 1 Koto Cleave. He usually just barely survives, but he does survive. And he has way more special defense than physical, obviously because of Zard. And an answer to Zard is Araquanid. Now, Araquanid... Oh, I didn't realize this one's max defense. I'm actually just going to change that to that. Okay. Water Bubble is an insane ability. I feel like nobody uses Araquanid, like how no one uses Crab. It's a 3-in-1, so it halves it. You resist fire, so it basically becomes resisting is before his neutral. He can't be burned, which is good against Mega Scope Villain, very situational, but it is there, and it doubles the power of all water type moves. So Liquidation is like the move of choice in conjunction with Mystic Water. Infestation, just because there's not really too many other water type moves or bug type moves, just for like some chip damage if you want. Obviously Wide Guard's a staple, catches a lot of people off guard. And Protect, Max Attack, and yeah, even through Sun, if it's a no bulk Zard, it's a guaranteed Oko. But usually there are some bulky Zards out there. It'll do, I'd say like 80-ish%, which is really good, because then you can finish them off with a Mach Punch, or a Quick Attack from Sylveon, who's the next one. Also, one more thing about Araquanid, like, he's also good to counter Rain teams too, because Rain boosted Liquidation with Water Bubble. I've had so many times where a Pelipper will switch in, and it'll take like 70% from a Liquidation, even though it's a resisted move. So we have Sylveon, Pixelate. Just really good for also covering Crab's other weaknesses, you know, like he can struggle against opposing fighting types. I mean, obviously the fighting type right now is Sneasler, but I feel like Moonblast is still like gonna take down a Sneasler, because it's just like, I don't know, sorry, I just got a text. Sorry, alright, we're gonna lock back in. And then the last member is Torkoal. Yeah, this EV spread looks good. Torkoal's good, but he is very weather dependent, and obviously having Drought on my team creates anti-synergy with Araquanid, but I usually only bring Araquanid if, you know, Zard, the enemy has Zard, which is quite often. But, yeah, these, it's just like a hard Trick Room team. This is what I've been using since the game came out. I think it's a fun team to use. I wouldn't say the whole team centers around Crab, but he synergizes really well, especially with, you know, Gambit, Sylveon, or Araquanid. Because I've won plenty of games without even bringing him, but yeah, this is just kind of to showcase like a team with Crabominable. I mean, I don't plan on going to a tournament or anything, but like this is like a good ladder team. One thing that I don't like about this team is that there's only one Trick Room setter in Cofagrigus. I mean, he's really good, but usually you want 2 or more. I feel like Fergaraf doesn't really do too much once room is up, aside from Click Helping Hand. So, you know, there's that. And this is a really good closed team sheets team. Open teams, people are going to see that Kaffa doesn't have Protect and just double into him turn 1 every time. So if I were to go to a tournament, I would swap Haze for Protect, just for that mind game. But yeah, so yeah, this is my team.
Obviously, Mega Crab is not the best Mega in the game, hence why he's sitting at number 106 most used at the recording of this video, according to Peakalytics. However, this doesn't mean that he's not super fun to use, although he does require a bunch of support to get going. Once he has the right tools, he can be a super scary meta threat. And why would you want to be yet another Zard player or Floette player using that meta slop when you could be using someone awesome and base like the Crab? So I hope the one thing you take away from this video is to go against meta slop and use something that's fun, creative, and most of all, I don't know, fun. I don't see Crab performing well at Worlds or being used at all, but you know, on the ladder, he's always fun to use, and as a Trick Room player, I love the Crab. And I hope this video convinces you to try to use him as well. So, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.